We begin with Dr. Harrison running in a forest. Some goons and their dogs pursue him. Eastman, the CEO of Hairco, sits in a helicopter and pursues Harrison. The goons shoot at him with tranquilizers, but he dodges them and continues running. They arrive at a waterfall, and Eastman informs Harrison that he's cornered. Harrison decides to jump into the water so Eastman cannot catch him. Meanwhile, Harrison's wife, Shelley, holds her son Adam and cries as Adam touches a picture of Harrison. 12 years later, Adam sits in detention and some bullies spit gum in his hair. The teacher in the room sends one of the bullies to the principal's office and goes to the bathroom. He screams as he sees how messed up his hair is and his feet suddenly begin to get bigger. They burst out of his shoes, forcing him to use toilet paper to cover them. As he walks in the hallway, other students laugh at him and he begins hearing the voices of students far away. He then sees the bullies and he rushes to the basketball court. They follow Adam to the basketball court, and after picking on him, they throw his bag into the net. Adam gets home and lies to Shelley that he wasn't bullied but was playing soccer. She cuts his hair to get the gum out, and Adam goes to bed. The following day, Adam wakes up and sees that his hair has grown back to how it was the previous night. He panics, rushes to the bathroom, and cuts his hair. He then puts on a hat, and as he runs downstairs, Shelley informs him that the hat belongs to his dad. He takes off the hat, and after seeing his hair, she assumes she did a terrible job while cutting it. Adam then leaves the house and goes to school. Meanwhile, Eastman gives some investors a tour of his factory. He takes them to a secure part of the factory and confiscates their cameras. They arrive at a lab where Eastman introduces the investors to Dr. Billingsley. They watch as he experiments on an intern, and the intern's hair grows rapidly but begins to burn. Eastman insists they're about to perfect the hair formula, which will make them a lot of money. At the school, Adam sits in the waiting area and makes fun of the principal's voice as his crush Emma watches and laughs. The bullies step out of the principal's office and threaten Adam as they walk away. Adam walks into the office, and the principal returns his bag. He then informs Adam that fighting in the school is prohibited and says there will be no fighting if there's no face to punch. He also informs Adam that hats aren't allowed in the school. And as Adam takes off the hat, he sees that his hair has grown to normal. Adam walks back home from school, and the bullies meet him. They take his hat and try to tear it, but Adam takes it and runs away. They chase him through a skate park and trap him in a pipe. As they apprehend him, he suddenly escapes their grasp and runs back home. The bullies follow him to his house and wait for him outside. They realize it's Friday and decide to leave, but throw a rock through his window. The rock lands on a vent, and it breaks. Adam sees a metal box and picks it up. He opens it and sees an address written on tree bark. He also sees some letters and begins to read them. That night, Shelley arrives home and Adam confronts him about the letters from his dad. He asks her why they've been lying about his death, and she says she can't explain. He runs back to his room, telling Shelley he hates her. Later, Adam decides to go to the address on the bark and jumps out of the window. He stands under a bridge, and a truck stops beside him. The truck driver asks where he's going, and Adam tells him the address. The truck driver drives through the woods, and Adam sees a mailbox by the road. He decides to stop at the mailbox, and he thanks the driver. Adam opens the mailbox, and a squirrel runs out. He takes a letter from the box and runs into the woods. Adam follows the squirrel and arrives at a cliff. He hears a strange noise, and he begins to run away. He accidentally steps on a bear trap and falls in the middle of the road. A truck approaches, and the driver reads a magazine. As he's about to hit Adam, a strange creature emerges from the woods and saves him. The truck driver has a dashboard camera and watches the video of what happened. He realizes that Bigfoot is real and tries calling the police, but they take him as a prank caller. Dr. Billingsley informs Eastman of the sighting of Bigfoot and says they can use his DNA to perfect the hair growth formula. He shows Eastman a picture of the news about the Bigfoot sighting, and Eastman realizes that Bigfoot is Dr. Harrison. Eastman and some goons go to where Bigfoot was sighted, and the truck driver narrates what happened. The goons go to Adam's house but see that Shelley isn't home. Shelley drives to the address but sees Eastman and his goons. She tries to escape, but they trap her and capture her. Adam wakes up in a treehouse and he sees Bigfoot. Bigfoot explains that he's Harrison, Adam's dad, and apologizes for not telling him that he has been alive. Adam gets upset and says he will become a monster like Harrison because he has the symptoms, and Harrison calms him down. He realizes that Adam doesn't have fur and informs him that he has nice abilities, but not the monstrous appearance. He also informs Adam of the healing touch, which he used to fix his leg. Harrison holds a zip line with Adam, and they swing through the woods. As they arrive at a field, Adam's adrenaline rises, and his abilities kick in. Harrison makes Adam focus, and he's able to use his super hearing to hear sounds from a long distance. Harrison begins running at an incredible speed, and Adam can keep up. They have fun in the woods, and Harrison teaches Adam how to talk to animals. He introduces Adam to his friends Steve, a woodpecker trapper, and Weecha, who are raccoons, and Wilbur, a lovely grizzly bear. As they talk, a squirrel named Tina meets them and informs them about some hunters who are in the forest. They go to the hunters and decide to prank them. Tina replaces their bullets with leaves, and Wilbur scares them away while pretending to be a zombie. Later, Adam and Harrison have fun in the woods and return to the treehouse. Harrison tells Adam about how he performed experiments to understand his DNA and was approached by Eastman. Eastman offered to hire Harrison, but he refused, and Eastman stole his research and threatened his family. Adam asks why Eastman didn't go after him, and Harrison informs him that as an infant, his DNA appeared normal, so they assumed he was a normal person. Eastman's goons take Shelley to a diner where she talks to Eastman. He informs Shelley of their sighting of Bigfoot and tells her that Harrison is Bigfoot. He says he wants to use Bigfoot's DNA to create the perfect hair growth formula and decides to use her as bait. Meanwhile, Trapper and Weecha are going through some trash at the diner, and they see as Shelley gets put in a truck. They rush back to Harrison's treehouse and inform him of what they saw. Harrison blames their predicament on Adam's running away from home, and Adam promises to solve the problem. Adam runs to the goons and they take him back to Eastman. They place Adam in the same van with his mom, and he lies about Harrison's location. Eastman listens to their conversation and sends his goons to the location. They rush to a tunnel, and as one of the goons climbs down, the geyser erupts and sends the goon flying. Eastman and his goons return to their vehicles, and he orders one of the goons to take Shelley home. He puts Adam in his car and drives into the woods. Eastman's goons begin to burn the forest, and Eastman gets out of the car and pushes Adam into the woods. As the car gets on fire, Harrison arrives and saves Adam. Harrison gets tranquilized by Eastman's goons, and Wilbur saves Adam as a tree falls on him. The goons abduct Harrison and fly away in a helicopter. Later, Adam wakes up and sees the animals. They leave the forest, and Adam begs them to help him find his dad. They blame him for what happened in the forest, and he reminds them how Harrison will never leave them when they're in need. They decide to help him save Harrison. Meanwhile, Dr. Billingsley performs experiments on Harrison. Harrison wakes up and tries to break free, but Eastman walks to him and blackmails him into working for them so no one will harm his family. Adam and the animals hide close to the diner. They decide to get on the last vehicle as it moves and follow them to the factory. Meanwhile, Dr. Billingsley makes a formula and tests it on the intern. His hair begins to grow rapidly, and Billingsley continues fine-tuning the formula. Adam and the animals arrive at the factory, and they hide. Adam uses his super hearing to find his dad, but is unable to, and they decide to get closer. Steve takes out the security cameras as they run to the entrance of the building. Trapper makes a hole in a glass wall, but it shatters and alerts the guards. Adam runs into the building with the animals, and they rush to the security room to locate his dad. The animals arm themselves and brace for the swarm of guards that approach them. As the guards get to the door, Wilbur knocks them out, and they begin to run to Harrison. The raccoons and Steve get captured as they run, and Wilbur covers Adam as he runs. Adam gets to a sealed entrance and opens it with one of the guards' keycard. A guard emerges from the other side and attacks Adam. Wilbur throws Tina at the guard, and she uses an electric taser gun to knock him out. She then falls into a car and gets apprehended. Wilbur gets shot with tranquilizer darts multiple times and passes out. After a while, Adam arrives at the room where Harrison is kept, and he tries to release him. Harrison refuses to go. Eastman walks in, and Harrison asks Adam to follow him so he and Shelley will be safe. As Adam walks with Eastman, they walk past a room where the animals are being held, and he makes a plan. They arrive at a hallway, and Adam turns on the fire alarm and runs out of the hall. The doors shut and lock Eastman and his goons inside. Eastman calls security to unlock the doors, but the guard mistakes his order and turns on the evacuate button. Adam frees the animals and rushes to save his dad. He forces his dad to follow him, and Harrison agrees. Shelley asks the goons where Adam is, and they assure her he'll soon be home. One of the goons goes to the bathroom and sees Adam's hair. He realizes that Adam is a Bigfoot, and he informs Eastman. Shelley knocks out one of the goons, but the second one grabs her and takes her to the factory. Harrison and Adam decide to destroy the factory. They release some dangerous gases and make their way out through some vents. They emerge at the top of the factory and zipline to a bridge. As they land, Eastman meets them and tranquilizes Harrison. He pushes Harrison off the bridge and decides to use Adam for his experiments. Adam shoots a flare into the factory, igniting the gas and destroying the building. The bridge begins to collapse, and Eastman falls as his goons try to save him. Adam meets Harrison and uses the healing touch to save him. Harrison gets up and tries to shoot them, but Shelley shoots him with a tranquilizer, and as he passes out, they realize he's bald. Shelley reunites with the rest of her family, and they decide to stop hiding and live together. Later, Steve wakes Adam up, and the animals live with him in his house. He prepares for school as his dad makes breakfast. Adam leaves for school but gets approached by the bullies. He summons the animals, and Wilbur scares them away. Adam then realizes that Trapper's kids remove the nuts and bolts of the bullies' bikes, and the bullies crash. Adam then meets Emma and tells her his story as they walk to school. The end. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you soon.